I will be tying a Callibaetis Mayfly Nymph. The hook is a Daiichi 1770 in a size 14. Create a thread base at the front of the hook. Callibaetis mayflies are a key stillwater species in the Daiichi family, commonly found in lakes, ponds, and slow-moving spring creeks across North America. For the eyes, I'll use a section of 15-pound mono and burn both ends using a tweezer to measure and hold the eyes. Secure in place just to the rear of the hook eye. Advance your thread to the bend. Apply another bobbin and advance it to the bend of the hook as well. For the tails, I'm using 3 natural gray ostrich barbs. Secure in place. The length should be about half the length of the hook shank. The Callibaetis nymphs are agile swimmers, slender, with 3 banded tails, lateral gill plates on the abdomen, and mottled leg coloration. They feed on fine detritus and algae, often holding in weedy flats or near submerged structure. For the overbody on the abdomen, secure in a clump of golden pheasant just ahead of the tails. Be sure to try to keep an even base on your hook shank. Now secure a section of D-rib in place. The size is small and the color is amber. This will be the under abdomen. Tie it down along the shank like we did with the other materials to get a somewhat even base. Cut the excess if need be. For the gills, preen the barbules of a ginger or tan ostrich barb. Cut away the barbules from one side. Moisten the tip and secure it in place a little ahead of the other materials, just ahead of the bend. End up with your first bobbin at the bend in the hook toward the center. Now take 2 turns of the D-rib behind the ostrich, then 7 turns or so ahead of the ostrich, ending up at the bend in the hook. Be sure to leave a little space between each wrap. The ostrich and the thread rib will sit better in these spaces, and the final product will have better segmentation. Secure in place and cut away the waist. Now run the ostrich forward to just ahead of the D-rib abdomen. Secure in place and cut away the waist. Callibaetis mayflies are multivoltine, meaning they have multiple broods or generations per season. Hatch timing depends on the elevation, water temperature, and photoperiod. Pull the golden pheasant forward to the bend in the hook and secure in place. Run the bobbin up toward the eyes, covering the golden pheasant. Leave the excess and whip finish. For fly anglers, success depends on matching the stage. Nymphs with slim profiles and active retrieves, emergers that ride low in the film, and spinners presented delicately on flat water. Trout key in on every phase, especially during calm, stable weather conditions. Now run the thread rib forward, being sure to place each wrap in the gaps, and rock the bobbin back and forth so the ostrich fibers are able to slip by the thread. Callibaetis are commonly referred to as speckled duns due to the mottled pattern in their wings in the adult stage. These mayflies belong to the Daiichi family, and they're especially well adapted to life in those slow-moving waters. Brush the ostrich to free some of the trap fibers. Pull the excess golden pheasant rearward and tie it down back at the bend. Create a dubbing noodle. I'm using a mix of golden olive and tan. Run the noodle to the eyes and around the eyes, then back to the bend, ending up just ahead of the eventual wing pad. Prep a partridge feather by stripping away the fluff at the base and isolating the tip. I'm using a feather from the front of the wing. Secure the feather in place at roughly the halfway point of the thorax. Concave surface of the feather facing upwards. Cut the excess. Pull the feather forward and tie it off just behind the eyes. Secure the feather in place just behind the eyes. Cut away the excess. Now fold the golden pheasant forward and secure it in place, just behind the eye of the hook. Now move the bobbin rearward to behind the eyes, and fold the excess back, and tie it off. Now we have a well-defined head and wing pad that are characteristics of the Callibaetis. Apply super glue to the thread. Whip finish. Pull snugly on the thread and cut away the bobbin. Now cut away the excess golden pheasant. Complete. Thank you for watching, and please subscribe.